Okay, what's up, everybody? And we have something new, okay? And check the last video to see what we did concerning the use of pain. We use a chemistry reaction to actually tell us why there is pain in our lives and why we should stay in the pain. Just check our last video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Many students doesn't know or understand the use of pain and the use of the need of staying in pressure. Okay, so that's why we did that video, so make sure you check it out. So for this we have something cool. Okay, there's an alarm. Okay, so that was an alarm. So we have something cool for you today, and we want to talk about the equation of marriage. Okay, this is the use of school. This is why school is important. Okay, so we want to show you that. Okay, now in chemistry, let's go right now. Chemistry, we don't want to go deep in depth when you talk about the subject. Okay, I think this is what I'm good at. Okay, and there are some equations that wouldn't react. Sorry, there are some, and we in chemistry it's what called stoichiometry. Stoichiometry has to do with volume, gases, the stuff. Okay, and if you don't balance a chemical reaction very well, you won't be able to show great strength in chemistry. Okay, a chemical reaction must be correctly written before you can play with chemistry, before you can use it to create multiple things. Okay, you must first write a correct chemical equation and also a balanced one. Okay, so that is it. So we want to do something right now, and let's take for instance in a chemical reaction. Okay, and for chemical reaction to occur there must be active, okay, and collision between reactant particles, right? I think that's a law of collision. Well, I think is it collision, there's what called is a theory like that. Okay, and that it must be collision between reactant particles for reaction to occur, and activation energy must be exceeded, right? Activation energy is the minimum amount of energy which is needed for this reaction to take place. Certain reactions will need a specific condition before they can take place. Specific condition in the sense like heat and other things. Okay, heat, temperature, and heat gives it energy, right? And it reflects in temperature and other things. Okay, there are different conditions that are needed for certain chemical reaction to take place. Okay, so they don't just occur. Get that clearly. So right now this is a acid base reaction, and acid base reaction, and if you check here very well, you have the two parts, okay, positive part and negative part together. Okay, we have the hydrogen and the chlorine minus, okay, plus we have Na plus OH minus, right? And should you check very well, Na, hydrogen, and sodium, which is more electropositive? I think and Na is more electropositive, so it would tend to replace hydrogen. So when this occurs, you're gonna have Na drift to this place to replace hydrogen. Okay, then in return, when it replaces hydrogen is gonna come over, okay, to the position of Na. That is how it is. Okay, so when this occurs, you're gonna be having Na leaves its position. You're gonna be having NaCl, right? NaCl, a new compound is formed. Okay, NaCl aqueous. Okay, aqueous. NaCl could be solid. Okay, then plus water. Okay, H2O. This is it. Okay, H2O is a liquid, right? So that is how it is. Okay, Na leaves its position, gets to this place, then it becomes NaCl. There must be collision between reactant particles, remember, and this is the smallest form of, should I say, in physics we always use unit quantity because we can't play around chemistry by thinking about or by taking the big objects. Okay, if you give us a big object in chemistry or physics, we always go to the smallest form of that thing. Okay, that is what gives us the power to play around the big thing. Okay, so understand. Okay, this is the reaction for just 1 mole of HCl, 1 mole of NaOH. So understand that. Okay, standardly this is what would occur, this is what would take place. 1 mole of HCl would react with 1 mole of NaOH. The reason is H is a positive stuff, Na is a positive stuff. So sorry, it's one positive, one positive. Okay, we mean the valency. Valency is the combining power of an element. Okay, and that is it. So get that clearly. There's a way we would have, but we're not teaching titration here. Otherwise, you would have seen something really creative that I would have done. But let's leave that aside. So Na is going to come here. We have NaCl. Yeah. Then this comes to this place, and we have H positive. Here will not be H positive, and there would not be. Let me write it clear. Let me write it again out. So here happens, we're driving to somewhere. We're going to somewhere. So here becomes Na plus Cl negative. I think Arrhenius theory. Okay, and all those electrolysis, to check that out to understand why we are writing it this way. Okay, and so we would have something like this. Okay, minus, okay, H positive, OH minus. Okay, so this will combine to give you water always. So this is it right now. This reaction would take place, would occur. Why? Because acids have a particular energy. I think if you do heat of neutralization, okay, there's a particular, and there are I think acids usually have energy of, I'm not really exact, I think 57 point something joules. That's what they usually have. So they have high energy content. So that's why acids usually, when it comes with base, they usually the reaction is usually it's a favorable one, usually occurs without you adding anything, any further heating here and there. But some reactions you would have to add additional heat, okay, because of the heat content. If the heat content of the reactants are low, you always have to add heat. But for this acid-base reaction, the heat content of acid is pretty much high, so you would have to just leave it like this. If you add HCl with NaOH, it's going to give you this reaction quickly. Why? Because of the heat content of the reactant particles. That is what you have to know. So now, this is it right now. But for other reactions, like for slaking of lime, when you want to slake a lime, okay, this is quicklime. CaO is quicklime, gotten from limestone. Limestone is CaCO3. When you heat it, it splits into CaO plus CO2. Okay, when you heat to about 1000 degrees Celsius, okay, it splits to CaO and CO2. Okay, so this is quicklime. This is limestone. This is quicklime. When you put dissolved quicklime in water, okay, you are going to be having CaOH. Okay, CaOH, we have 2 positive. Okay, and it has a valency of 2 plus. Okay, so the 2 will be here, then plus, that's for the 2 for the of the calcium. OH has a valency of -1. -1 comes here, it doesn't show any difference. 1 is 1, but 2 plus 2 comes here. 2 is powerful, it has to be reflected here. So for one ion, okay, you would have 2 ions, okay, of OH to bond with 1 ion of calcium. Okay, so understand this. Okay, that's what it means. 2 ions of OH, 2 ions of OH will bond, we needed to bond with 1 ion of calcium. Okay, that is what it means by this. That's what that's meant by this CaOH2 here. Okay, and this is on an ionic scale. If we were to do that, okay, we have cation and anion. Ions will divide into cations and anions. Okay, so understand that. So CaOH2, you'll be having CO plus H2O, you'll be having this is CO, we're having plus let's split it up. 2 plus, you'll be having O 2 minus or -2. Okay, we are supposed to just leave it O, but let's just go H1 positive, I think 0 minus, sorry, OH minus. OH is a radical. Okay, so you'll be having splitting, which is electropositive. I think calcium is more electropositive, so it's going to come here and replace hydrogen. Hydrogen is going to come here and replace this one, calcium. So you'll be having calcium ion, you'll be having CaOH, okay, COH, then plus H2O. So that will be the reaction. So this is how to slick line. This is called slicked line. Okay, calcium hydroxide is called slicked line. Okay, so you see this reaction is compatible. Okay, the reaction is okay, and it can actually occur. But when we have CaO plus NaOH, you will be having something different. Okay, CaHNa2O. This is called soda line. Soda line. As you can see right now, this reaction did not follow the usual one. Why? Because this reaction is not even supposed to occur. Okay, it's not even supposed to occur. So you'll be having something like this, soda line. This is a new thing. It differs from the usual procedure, right? It differs from the usual procedure. Why? Because of the compatibility of the two reactants. Same thing applies with marriage. Imagine this calcium, okay, oxide. Imagine it were the man and the NaOH were the woman. Okay, if the both of them are not compatible in terms of values, okay, there's a values. My battery was, I think it's almost flat right now, but we can manage it. So we're gonna have right now man. Let's calcium oxide be man, okay, and the man. Okay, so as you can see right now, this reaction showed deviation. Why? Because of the compatibility of the two reactants. They are not as compatible as this. This is the normal procedure, okay, but this shows deviation. Why? Because it's not as compatible as this. Okay, the reactants are not as compatible as this. So imagine calcium oxide, which is quicklime. Okay, let us assume it is, okay, or let's just say it's where, okay, and the man, okay, and the NaOH were the woman. Okay, so if a man is not compatible in values, okay, with the woman, if they don't have same values, okay, how they don't think a similar way, okay, and etc, okay, if there's no right match between their values, okay, how they think, etc, they will show deviation. And what will be the deviation? Break up. You see a marriage of 1 year and a breakup. Usually, what is the usual expectation of marriage? One man to one woman. So this is the normal one. It's supposed to be this way: one man, one woman, forever. But there's going to be deviation, okay, such as you get married and you get each, and all of a sudden, and 1 year later you break up. Okay, there's going to be deviation because of the nature also of the one man, one woman coming together. So that is why it is wise, just like here right now, if you want the normal reaction, the normal process, you have to then take proper consideration into what reactants you use. Okay, exactly same thing. Okay, for you to have a normal reaction for marriage, this is normal equation for marriage. One man, one woman should live forever. Okay, so should live together forever if possible. So, and there's going to be deviation. Okay, and if the nature of the two people, okay, differs, for instance, if they are not compatible, as you can see, this reaction, calcium oxide plus sodium hydroxide, are not that compatible as calcium oxide with water. Okay, that's why calcium oxide with water will follow the normal process. HCl with NaOH caustic soda will follow the normal process, but this one did not follow the normal process. Where is the water? It is almost like a mixture, like a complex stuff being formed. Okay, this is not the normal process. Exactly same thing we're having. So let's assume this soda lime reaction is, okay, the equation for marriage failure, and the reaction for slaking of lime is the reaction for a successful marriage. Check very well. What makes this one different is the nature of the reactant particles, the nature of the reactants. Okay, that's what makes the whole process different. Okay, exactly what this. So this correlates with the normal one, first one. So if a marriage is going to break easily, okay, there would be incompatibility. Like the man is not going to be compatible with the woman in terms of values, etc. Mainly values. Okay, so understand that. So if you are getting married, okay, look out for the values. What are the values of the man? Okay, write them down. Okay, let's say he values decency, reading, okay, and reading, money making, creativity, etc. Then you check yours as the woman. What are my values? Okay, if I value creativity too, decency, I don't dress anyhow, then I love reading books, I love learning, creating or creativity, etc. Then you people are compatible. This simple thing is going to lead to going to preserve your marriage forever. Okay, that's exactly how it's supposed to be. Okay, so and that is exactly how it's supposed to be. So then they're going to live forever plus energy. Okay, this is the normal reaction. One man, one woman forever. If they are compatible, then they are going to stay forever. Okay, forever. Let's say 80 years, 90 years. I'm going to stop there, so don't worry. 90 years plus energy. What is the energy giving off? The energy is the happiness, okay, joy, okay, and liveliness. Okay, should I say liveliness? No, happiness, joy, and bliss, everything, all of good things life has to offer. These will be the outcome or the byproduct of their stay. So understand it. So if a man values understanding, okay, as a man, let's say I understand the science of the universe, understanding the science, etc., and he marries a woman who also does same thing, this equation will work for them. Okay, this equation will work for them, because for reaction to occur there must be compatibility between the reactants. This reaction even occurred because there was slight compatibility, but it showed a different thing. There was slight compatibility. That is exactly what it is too. Yeah, this is to illustrate something here too. Okay, so for this reaction to go on, there must be compatibility. It must be exactly same. So for you to get married the right way, look out for the values, write them down, study the man very well. Let the love come from the woman first, and let the woman earn the love of the man. Okay, then after that, before you love as a woman, look at the values. You cannot tell me you love a cultist. Okay, that is not love, that's lust, that's foolishness. You get that clearly, because love goes with logical reasoning. God loves us, right? Does God force himself on us? The answer is nope. If God is forcing himself on us, then God is lusting after us. Get it clearly. So if a woman forces herself on you, or a man try to force himself on you, then this is what the man is experiencing, lusting. The man is lusting after you. Same thing applies with women. So study the act of God. God loves, right? Does he force himself on us? God doesn't force himself on us. That's one attribute of true love. There won't be compelling compulsion, okay, in any way. Okay, you will not be compelled to do anything in any way. Then another thing again you should also study is God loves us, right? Is he not logical? God is kind of a logical person. Okay, now, and why is God a logical person? Okay, he understands us. Okay, he understands that, for these children to accept Jesus, they need time. He understands this very well. So you can't tell me you love a cultist when you know very well your future won't be bright with that person. That's not love. So let's get that clearly. So this equation is going to work really well. Then it's going to work really well. So check out the compatibility and etc. Okay, before you go on, this is the byproduct: happiness, joy. If you can work on all these things, you stay forever, and there will be happiness, joy, bliss, etc. as the byproduct. Okay, so another thing this stuff is trying to teach us is, as you can see right now, this is a different reaction. But that it is different does not mean that this equation is not powerful. This reaction is not powerful. This reaction is even more powerful. Okay, it's a very powerful reaction in chemistry. Okay, so as you can see, soda lime is very powerful. Okay, but it does not follow the normal process. It's very powerful. What does this also teach you? It teaches us that that we are different. Okay, does not mean we should feel bad about it. You can see this reaction is different, but that it is different does not mean it's not powerful. So as a lady, you have to accept who you are. That's another thing. Accept who you are. Okay, it's very important. If you do that, it's gonna unleash the power, okay, in you. Okay, so you see it now. Imagine this says, hey, I must be this one, I must be like this, I must be like this. This reaction is so powerful too. Okay, this reaction, but it is different. So different is also power. So understand that. So accept who you are is going to be really good. So as a lady, accept who you are. That's the first thing you have to do. It's going to really be helpful. Okay, so this is this is everything we have. Okay, this is everything we have. And the last thing I want to share, make sure you learn a lot and make sure you pinpoint exactly what touched you in this video, and that's going to be very important. Now, in the garden, God created one man with one woman. He did not create one man and 10 women. Okay, one man with 10 women. This is the ideal marriage idea. Okay, which we work, or many don't. Which we work, we should be successful. Okay, this is the ideal one. Okay, so, and there's power in it. Okay, when one man, okay, comes with one woman, there's going to equal God. Okay, what does it mean? God means probably power. Okay, for one man. Okay, and if one man is left alone, it's going to be God minus woman. Okay, let's just assume woman. I use one man for illustration. Let's say man, God minus woman. If God is energy, okay, which keeps us alive, then man will be left alone if the energy is taken away from the woman. And that is really true. If all women die, we have only men alone. So this equation is correct. So understand this. Okay, so this is the ideal condition. Okay, just one is okay. Okay, it's not 1 plus 10 women. Okay, so understand this. Okay, and this is all we have for this video. Until next time, bye.